Hello everybody, it's time for a little bit of a test. We'll see if I still have a hawk within view. I'm trying to see if I've figured things out, and there's a chance, a small one, that I have. Hello everybody, it's time for a little... And it seems like I'm broadcasting. I've been working on reconfiguring some things, and earlier I had seen a hawk within my view, and I thought, why not try to do some testing and some streaming. I don't see the hawk any longer, but I do see that we're up and running. So let's come out here and see if maybe we can find a hawk. And I'm hearing a robin call, so maybe there's one nearby. There was one here, but I don't see it now. I thought it was an adult. Let's look here. And what I want to do is I eventually want to stop and then restart. That was a problem we were having on Saturday. If you tuned in, every time we stopped for any reason, we had to reset a lot of things, and that confused a lot of people, including at times me. So I'm hoping to find whatever is causing the robin to call out. As soon as I saw the hawk earlier, I thought, okay, let me try to get things up and running, and maybe I can do some testing. It took so long to get everything up and running that the hawk no longer seems to be in view, or at least I haven't found it yet. And now I just want to check to see if things are still up and running. Okay, we are up and running, but again, no hawk. So I'm going to be looking around. I can show you some Canada geese. And the battery's almost dead in the camera. I've had the camera on and running as I was trying to get things configured. But again, what I want to do is, in a few minutes, I would like to stop the stream and then restart and see what happens. There's a small chance that things will be working the way I want them to, but I don't know. I don't even hear the robin any longer, so maybe the red-tailed hawk is no longer around. guess I'll look at some of the more distant perching locations that I've been seeing them use a little bit. Well, no hawks within view. So what I want to do now is I want to end the stream and see, if I resume in a few minutes to see if things start up as I want them to start up, or if I have to go through a whole confusing process again just to get things running. It's been a rather damp afternoon, so maybe it's not surprising that there's not too much excitement here. Just heard a blue jay, and I don't know if we're still up and running or not. Surprising that there's not too much excitement here. Just for the blue jay. I don't know if we're still up and running or not. Okay, it looks like we are still up and running. All right, now what I'd like to do is well, first of all, let me look around. I had to swap batteries. Let me look around one more time and see if the hawk that had been in view before I started is still in view. I'm not seeing it anywhere. The whole purpose of this test is to see if I can stop the stream and then simply restart it without everyone having to put in a new page or anything like that. Just have it on the same one. But even that presents one more confusing issue. But one thing at a time. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop the stream now, and I'm going to wait a minute or two, and then I'm going to try to restart and see what happens. Okay? Okay. Let's see what happens when I do that. I hear the robin. Okay, if everything is working as I want it to, this should be effectively part 2 of the test. Quiet, Ferris. I think it worked. Now, I didn't stop for long, and maybe I have to stop a little longer, but every time on Saturday that we had an interruption, and we had to restart. So I was able to stop just now and resume. So that is very, very promising. And I'm going to stop again in a moment, I think. And see what happens. This is very promising. What I don't know is when I'm done for the day if it will stop completely eventually saying, okay, this is the, this was the particular event, and we're done with the test of August 8th, or if it'll leave that open, and then on let's say on Saturday I have a live stream and it just picks up right there. I don't want it to do that. I want it to keep it as an independent, each streaming event being independent, but we're trying. I'm hearing somebody nearby, a small somebody, by the sound of it. You should have seen on Sunday, even though I had more important things to do, I found myself, surprisingly, looking out for birds, and I saw the Canada geese out on the field, and they were all standing, all looking in the same direction, and I figured, okay, something's got to be going on. And sure enough, there was a coyote there. Not unheard of for the location, but it's not an everyday sighting for me, so that was nice to see. I thought I saw a mourning dove, but maybe not. So this is not, this test is not at all exciting in terms of the birds we're seeing. I mean, I do like the Canada geese, but I'm very excited that I was able to stop and then resume. So that is very, very promising for this weekend. I'm going to stop again and see what happens. Okay, I'm about to try to stop. So I stopped, again, not for very long, but I just restarted, no problem. So I still don't know the answer to one question, is that what happens when I'm done for the day? And we will be soon, because it's beginning to rain a bit, and I'm not seeing any hawks, and I can't imagine that this is all that exciting. But from a technological perspective, it is somewhat exciting. For me, anyway. I did hear an American goldfinch. I see a couple American robins. They're not very close to me. There are a few good places for a hawk to hide, where oh, I just heard a green heron. Am I a green heron? Yeah, actually, I say goodbye. I don't know if it was down there already or not, and maybe, it could be that it's just flying around looking for a good place to hunt. Alright, it's getting... Okay, I've got to... There we go. Okay, well, that was a green heron. I heard it before I saw it. Now, what I was wondering is if it was... Let me show you what... there's a stream down here, and actually it begins, there's a dividing piece of dry land here. There's a pipe that allows water to go through, but anyway, there's a stream, and you can see it's pretty well choked with vegetation. It's not necessarily the deepest stream in the first place, and you know, with this vegetation, if a green heron is down there, it can be very, very, very difficult to find, if not impossible. This morning, I looked there, and it was around somewhere around here, and all I could see was like the head of a great blue heron. And I don't know if the great blue heron had been you know, tucked down a bit for some reason, or if it was just a matter of the vegetation being tall. Regardless, that's what I saw this morning, and I have not seen such a such a bird tonight. We have the Canada geese, of course, but. So far, this has been a fairly successful test, but there's still one more aspect of this. I'm not. I heard it before I saw it. No question about it. You know, it just goes to show you how important sound is to bird watching. I mean, how often are we in the woods or wherever we hear something and we never see it? Either it's on the other side of a tree, or we just didn't look in the right place, or whatever. You know, so sound is a huge, huge part of bird watching. There's no doubt. You know, obviously it's great to see a bird too. But you know, we don't always have that kind of luck. And of course, it's always good to see a bird that is singing or calling. It's lightly raining now, so I don't even know anyway if that green heron had been down there, or somewhere, you know, somewhere down there, or if it was just flying in the area to see if there was a good place to hunt. I'm disappointed that I didn't get things up and running in time to see and share with you my neighboring red-tailed hawk, but like I said, I'm pleased that I'm at least able to share a test with you, and I'm able to get things going to this point anyway. I think we'll probably close up for the night pretty soon, just because there's not much more to test. I have that curiosity about how things will work in terms of when I close up, and that would apply to tonight, and just, you know, how things would work, let's say, on Saturday, let's say when we take the official break that we usually take. But this has been, like I said, so far a decent test in terms of results. I keep looking at this tree because often that has been a good place to see an eagle, but there's no eagle there now. Okay, well anyway, I think we'll call it a night. I'm sorry I didn't show you much, but I want to thank you for joining me for this little test. I know I didn't provide you with a lot of exciting bird footage, but it's still nice to see the birds I have in view. And we'll see what happens. I'm curious how things are going to work once I shut everything down. I'm going to take one more look with binoculars around, see if there's anything else I should show you. It's easy for me to get into a habit of just checking certain areas, certain perching locations, and forgetting that no, you really should look around everywhere. Especially if they've been using a given perch on a regular basis, I get in the habit of looking at it and then, okay, if there's nothing there, well, there must not be anything there, anywhere. And that's obviously not always the case. Sometimes they will surprise me, given a certain perching location. I'm talking about the red-tailed hawks. Well, I don't see anybody, but at least we've seen a few birds. I want to wish you all a very good night, and we will see you next time, whenever next time is. I'm not sure when, if I'll do another test. I might, in the coming days, especially if I happen to see something and think, okay, why not? But I'm trying to work out all the technical glitches that we've been experiencing. And hopefully if I get things eventually figured out, it might make a big difference. Anyway, good night to you all, and we will see you next time. Take care, everybody.